Good day, everyone. My name is Alma P. Alombro, together with my co-presenter today, Mr. Janelle P. Placer, and with our co-researchers, Ms. Desiree P. Dupra and Ms. Monique H. Rivera. And it is our privilege to present to you our research entitled Learner Interaction Experiences in Distance Learning, a Phenomenological Study. Let's start with our introduction. A fundamental feature of life is social interaction, as it serves as a building block of society in which people act with others and react to how other people are doing. Research studies reveal that higher extent of interactions among learners in distance learning have a positive impact on academic performance. In a study conducted by Swan in 2001, it revealed that learners who engage in high level of interaction with other learners exhibited high satisfaction level and academic learning. The fundamental principles of interaction related to distance learning are anchored to the definition of the three kinds of interactions given by Moore in 1989, and these are the following: learner content, learner teacher, and the last one is the learner learner. And our study only focused on learner learner interaction and on how their experiences can create a meaningful online interaction. Now, the reason why we conducted this research, our study, it is because of the research gap. Now, one of the kinds of interaction that is given less attention is learner-learner interaction as a phenomenon in distance learning, as experienced by learners, has not been fully explored, and some researchers identify the lack of studies on the issue of learner-learner interaction in distance learning, which results in a gap in literature. Most studies also only focus on the impact of interaction between learner-teacher, learner content, and learner technology. For our statement of the problem, our main research question is: what are the lived experiences of learners in their interaction with other learners in distance learning? Specifically, it sought to answer the following research sub-questions. The first one: how do learners perceive and describe their interaction with other learners in their lived experiences in distance learning? Number two: what meanings do learners identify to their interaction lived experiences in distance learning based on the following elements of the learner-learner interaction? First, in terms of rapport building, instructional activities, and the last one is the use of technology. The study is timely and relevant to the phenomena that learners are experiencing right now. And this is significant due to the following reasons. The first one, it provides timely and relevant data of the lived experiences perceived and described by the learners in their interaction with other learners in distance learning during this pandemic. And of course, especially that we are now in distance learning. Second, the study could contribute additional knowledge and literature in the field of distance learning, particularly in the learner interactions. Of course, because this is where the research gap is. And studying learner-learner interactions in distance learning could improve the entire quality of teaching and learning process, because such interactions have been known as significant element that affects learning outcomes. And lastly, uh, it could assist other researchers in developing interaction strategies for online learning. For the methodology, the research design used is a qualitative research design, and specifically utilizing the phenomenology as the approach. The participants are composed of 10 junior high school students, both from public and private schools, which were purposive sampling or selected purposively. And the data collection procedures: we conducted interviews, FGD, learners' journals, online survey forms, group chat, and we also made use of teacher sample learning and instructional activities. And for our data analysis, we use a thematic analysis and phenomenological reduction. For ethical considerations, we sent letters for approval of the parents of our participants. From the results of the study, the researchers came up with the following uh, with the following theme or four theme emerged in this study. The first one is the need to interact with other learners for learning. This theme reveals that learning takes place a lot during interaction, and as mentioned by Moore in his research and his study in 1992, that learner-learner is an interaction that must be sustained. Why? Because social interaction improved their learning by enhancing their knowledge of literacy and teaching and their critical thinking and problem-solving skills. This is supported by the study in 2013. And also, during our interviews, one of the students says that I communicate with my classmates because this is one of the ways through which I can learn. Well, when I do not understand something in the lessons or I forget something, I ask my classmate about it. We help each other in understanding the lessons. The second theme that emerged is there is a need to interact with other learners for belongingness. This theme reveals that learners still feel belongingness even in the meeting between them is only virtual. Yes, because we have now distance learning and face to face um, is not possible. So this is the way that they could communicate and feel that they belong to still in a class. And this is also supported in the study by Thomas and Herbert in 2014, reported that students enjoyed classes of teachers who were able to foster a sense of belongingness. And during our FGD, one of the participants shared, I feel happy when we understand the lessons. We are also happy when we can bond and get to know each other more, like our attitudes, even though we just met online. The third one is there is a need to interact as a member of secondary social group. Learners interact to be a functional part of a group, utilitarian, not as an individual, but someone who has to feel a role. Learning still occurs in this type of interaction and still falls under learner to learner interaction. And this is supported by one of the participants who says, in the online class, we communicate with our friends, classmates, and teachers through Messenger or Instagram. That is how we communicate, especially when doing grouping. We talk through those on, but what to do with our task. And the last theme that emerged is that there is the need to use technology. For example, these are the base tools, software, and different applications. So this theme shows that in online distance learning, the use of technology such as base tools and software is essential in online distance learning. This is also supported by the study of Harper done in 2018. It says that technology promotes collaboration between teachers and students during learning activities, and teachers who use technology leverage it to maximize their uses of strategies aimed at facilitating learning and promoting students' exploration of content. Um, One of the students says that through the use of technology, we can talk to our classmates and teachers. We can clarify things and understand clearer what they are trying to say. Now, for the results of the study, researchers came up with the following conclusions. This study shows that learner interaction is an essential element of the teaching learning process in distance learning. Interaction among learners contributes to the higher academic performance and satisfaction. It is revealed that learner-to-learner interaction is essential in making learning more productive and satisfying, as it aids learner in developing 21st century skills such as strategic problem solving and critical thinking. This study also confirms the relevance of learner-learner interaction in distance learning. This promotes the certainty that educational institutions need to design and deliver engaging learning experiences among students to succeed in online learning. The results from this study could benefit first to online instructors who are looking for various interaction strategies to implement online courses. It will also benefit the instructional designers who assist in the design and development of online courses. And lastly, to all the administrators who are looking at ways to increase interaction among learners using online courses. The researchers recommends that to conduct a research among elementary learners to provide additional insight. Qualitative research method can be conducted to find the strength of the relationship between students' interaction in distance learning. Further research also would be needed to determine the relationship between learner preferences related to online interactions and individual differences. A supplementary research is necessary as well to identify the relationships between learner styles related to individual differences and online learning. Lastly, a more thorough research regarding student interaction must be made to address its impacts to the new normal in education. Before I will end my presentation, let me give you this quote. We must remember that our students are innately creative, innovative, and collaborative, and that we suppress these things with our control. Empowerment is the key that will unlock them. With that, I'll end my presentation. My name is Alma P. Alombro, and together with my co-presenter, Dinel P. Placer, and my co-researchers, Ms. Desiree P. Dupra and Ms. Monique H. Rivera, saying thank you for giving us the privilege to share our research to you. Have a good day and God bless us all.